Delighted is the honest answer. Is that how it makes me feel? Because it belittles them. And I think if they looked at how she commented and reacted when some of her great political foes departed the scene, and the dignity with which she commented, they let themselves down by what they do. But I say delighted also, because the hatred that burns in their hearts against Margaret Thatcher is actually an enormous tribute to Margaret Thatcher. They hate her because she won. I hope next Wednesday will be a fitting tribute to a remarkable woman who made an enduring impact on our country's politics and indeed the world's politics. I don't really care what you call it. I don't care if it's called a state funeral or a ceremonial funeral. I hope it's an occasion where we as friends can pay tribute to someone we loved, and the country can pay tribute to someone who gave their life to Britain in public service.
We know she made it clear she didn't want a state funeral. Did she make that clear to you? And is that the sort of person she was?
The fascinating thing about Margaret is she was utterly uninterested in the trappings of office, the trappings of power. For her, politics was philosophy in action. It was about doing things. I once joked with her, I don't think if they buried you in a cardboard box from the supermarket it would have any lasting impact to how you were viewed. This is a colossus of a politician who will neither be enhanced nor degraded by whatever funeral takes place next week. I used to visit her certainly up to the point she went into hospital pretty much every week. And we would have great conversations. It's no secret that her memory wasn't great. But her instincts were in full working order, and she still had that enormous appetite for knowing what was going on in Westminster, what was in the papers, what was in the news, what were the great political battles of the day. She was intensely interested, and she always used to quote her father, where he said it didn't matter what you'd done in the past, it was what you were going to do next that counted. She was always a very forward-looking person, and we had the most wonderful conversations. It was a huge privilege to be able to talk to her, sometimes for an hour and a half, just the two of us. She was very comfortable in the Ritz. The Ritz was a lovely, airy, bright place for her to be. I suspect she'd have preferred to be at home, but unfortunately she couldn't manage the stairs after the spell in hospital.